Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurhanis Fatihan, and today I would like to share on weekly activities of reflection. Okay, for the week 1, I did logo as it is in individual task. So we did by our own, and we discussed to have the same tagline. Okay, the IT online IT tool that we use is Canva. The issue that we face is hard to find an idea and relevant features to create logo. I did some research in Pinterest. My feeling towards these week activities is I feel fun in doing this logo design. At the same time, can boost my creativity. And I learned through this activity, there's a way to be creative. I did some research in related website or apps, especially in designing things such as Pinterest. Okay, next for weekly activities for week 2 is I did poster. It also individual activity. Okay, and I use the same apps also, which is Canva. The issue is it's hard for me to find suitable background color for the poster. And the solution is I did some research in Google, and I've seen many posters for talk and awareness campaign through group WhatsApp, especially in Penyayang Club WhatsApp group. So I decided to put yellow color as it will attract our audience to read it. And then I feel satisfied on what I did. Maybe we'll apply it on the future. I learned that for week 2 activities, by making this poster, it can enhance my creativity towards IT skill. Then for week 3, okay, the task we assigned is brochure and it is group work. So we divide tasks in part in the brochures such as intro, constraint, benefits, and many more. By using same apps also, which is Canva. At first, we did a first sketch and got rejected due to many images. Then we contribute our idea and make it a cartoon version rather than real image. I feel quite stressed in doing this task, not because the rejection, but in searching the relevant features. But yeah, with my group members' help, I managed to settle it. I learned that even the idea getting stuck, but the cooperation from team member, the task can be done well. So for the last week, which is week 4, the task is storyboard. Also task group, we divide our task in contribute the idea and so on. My task is to make the storyboard based on the idea that we shared. And I also use, for this storyboard, I use the storyboard.com apps, which is website that be given by lecturer, which is Madam Hanim. And the issue arises in doing this task is no one of us have used this platform to make any storyboard. So we're doing research on YouTube on how to doing it and then contribute our idea to make the storyline. I feel quite excited because the features in the storyboard can be edited like the real action, even it just image, such as the image can act like matte and the face can be expressed through it. And then I learned on how to make the storyboard and get the idea from groupmate into the storyboard. So that's all from me. Next person.
Okay, so hi, my name is Muhammad Anip bin Wahab. So today I'm going to present to you about my weekly reflections activity. So for the first week, as you can see in the screen, for the first week I did a logo design with my group members. We as an individual in our team need to create a logo for our group to be used in the campaign and awareness program that we plan. We use Canva for the logo creation, and then we combine all the logo together. At the same moment, we have to choose the best logo to representing our group and to use throughout the event. So I use Canva tools online, and it is so easy to make the logo. The problem and issues that I encounter during the activity. The first issue that I encounter using online IT tools, it was most of the online tools need to be purchased. So then we can use all the tools in Canva. It's a bit expensive for a student to purchase the premium tools, and it make it harder for us to only use the free tools in the online tools. application. So the second problem was it needs a lot of effort to study every possible way to be used in the tools. Means I need to learn a lot for it, and it needs a lot of time to improve ourselves in making it. So how is the problem resolved? It's a bit challenging to use an application without the premium account, yet it is still not possible. I tried to rethink of the idea, and it was for me to use the Canva application. Just a bit simpler towards the design, but it's still good and acceptable. For the tools, I study a lot for it before I start using it. Watched YouTube tutorial, and it helped me a lot. So what I feel about the online IT tools after I complete my task, I think it's not easy. Yeah, it's not too hard to use it. It's a bit hard at first, but I really feel that it's a good application for me to use in the future. Before this, I really don't know how to use it, but now I really okay with it. What did I learn through activity? I learned a lot on these online tools, and I believe it can help me in the future for any design or presentation that I need to use, and it will give me a high impact for my working life in the future. So so for the week 2, our task was we need to do a poster for the awareness campaign. Same tools, we use the Canva and need to choose between our group members' posters by Madam Sitanim. So basically, whose poster is the best to representing our group, then Madam Sitanim will choose it. So what was the online tools? I use Canva tools. What was the problem that our issue? The tools is not having a variety type of shape and design because it's a free account. So and also for the poster is a bit challenging for us because for me because the idea to be put in the poster is having a variety of information that we can put. So we need to cram myself. I need to cram myself to put the idea into the poster. So how was the problem resolved? I do more research about the poster design and discuss back with the group members. What I feel about the online tools. It's easier to use online tools rather than manual ways of doing a poster. Before this, we only have to draw, we only have to write. So using the Canva is make it easier for us, and having a variety image of shape that we can use. So it is faster to process compared to before where we need to large paper and need to draw and everything by write everything by hand. So what I learned through the activity using Canva with accelerate the problem of slow writing and drawing through the process. I can compress everything more in the poster. It will be useful in the future. So for the third week, our task, we need to do a brochure with group members together using online tools, compiling ideas for the brochures and discussing together for the content of the brochure. So what was the online tool? Still, we use Canva. And what was the problem or issue did I encounter? It's a bit problematic to do the brochure together in one same account because it can affect others working. It's also not easy to do a brochure for the first timer. Need a lot of information and knowledge on how brochure was made. So we never did a brochure before, and myself also we never did it. So it's a bit complicated. So how was the problem resolved? They should solve when the group members help each other, do a little bit of research about the brochure, and group member really gives cooperation for the brochure. How I feel about online tools? I never did the brochure before. It's pretty useful and help a lot of smoothen the process of making it. Brochure using traditional ways is much harder. What did I learn through the activity? I learned a better way to do the brochure. It gave me a new knowledge for the brochure, and it will give benefits for my future. So for the last week is week 4, which is we have to make a storyboard. So Hanis really helped us in dealing with the online tools that we use to do the storyboard. So what the online tool that we use is Storyboard online tools. So what was the problem or issue? We have no knowledge about how to do the storyboard. Never used the storyboard tools before, and only one person can do at one time. So how was the problem resolved? Everybody cooperates in dealing the storyboard, do a lot of research also about the storyboard, and discussing back about the story to be done. So how do you feel about the online tools? It gave me a lot of benefit for a free user. It gave a lot of categories for us to design the story. It have a variety type of things that we can do about the animation about the storyboard. it is easy to use and also not complicated. What I learned through the activity, I learned how important Storyboard are for us to create a plan. It gave a lot of benefit for me in the future if we need to use the tools, and it helped us a lot on designing the idea, and it is easy to be used and create. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so the next is me. So let me share my screen. So basically, for the first week, we have been assigned to do a logo. So basically, here you can see the design of my logo. So the online tool that I use to create this logo is basically Canva, because Canva is more easier tools compared to other. So the problem that I face during making a logo, because I'm not very familiar with Canva, so it take me time to adapt with using Canva. So after I made a research and asked of all my friends, they guide me on how to use it, and then I managed to overcome the problem. And how I feel about the Canva, I found it very, very useful, and it's very convenient to use. It's not really hard to learn. You just need some time to adapt how to use it. And before this, I basically didn't have any experience in creating logos, so this is my first time, and I feel very excited, and I'm very happy to know that Canva can create such thing. And what I learned throughout this activity, I learned that creating a logo is not a hard task. It can be done easily by using IT tools such as Canva. And with all of my friends' help, it can be done easily. So for the second week, we have been assigned to do a poster. So here is my poster design. So the online IT tool that I use is same, which is Canva also. So basically the problem that I encounter when doing the poster, basically about when inserting a picture. So basically, if we are using a free user, we cannot remove the background of the picture. So I had to spend some money to buy the Canva Pro to make my poster more interesting. It can remove the background. So I think it's worth it. And how I feel, basically it's the same thing as a logo. It's also my first time creating a poster in a Canva, so I feel very great and very, very happy to know that I able to do a poster by using Canva. So what I learned throughout the activity, I learned that I have a capability and have a talent to make a poster, because for me, my poster is quite interesting to attract people to join our event. Okay, so for the third week, so it's the same task with everyone, which is a story brochure. So this is a group task. So we divide the task accordingly. Who will give an idea, who create a brochure. So the online IT tool that we use is same also as Canva. What was the problem? Basically, the problem has been explained by my friend Hanis and Anik. We have a problem when we inserting mode. We have setting too much picture, and we need to overcome the problem by getting our idea on how to overcome it. So we're able to overcome the problem by everyone contributing on how we can make, which is we need to remove some picture and put more information on the brochure. So how do I feel? I feel happy. It's also same thing with the logo and poster. So it's also my first time doing a brochure. I never learn or know how to do a brochure, but because of my friend and my lecturer, Mr. Mirahani, it's helped me a lot. So I managed to complete the brochure with my team. So what I learned, I learned that I also have a talent to do a brochure. So for the last week, which is the storyboard. So for the storyboard, this is the hardest activity that throughout all the week, which is I never know we can create a storyboard, and I never know that there is a link to create a storyboard. So the IT tool that we use, which is storyboard.com, and the problem is I'm also the first time user. I never know about it, and it really takes time me to learn about it. But my friend here, very, very helpful. They advised me on how to I can able to create a storyboard and able to solve the problem. And how for the IT tool, I'm very to be honest, I'm shocked because the storyboard you can edit the character with the emotions such as sad, angry. It made me excited because I don't know that we can do such thing in the storyboard. So what I learned that the storyboard is very interesting and helpful for me to learn the how to use the IT tools. So it really helped me to gain experience and it will help to me in future if I have been assigned to the storyboard or else or anything else. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Then next would be me and then Chicken. So during the first week is making the logo. So the logo that I make is using Canva as well. And what problem that I face is more usually like I'm not sure of what suitable image or graph that can accurate depict our topic of the shopping online. So I've been looking for quite some time, and in the end, I decided to just depict what I can understand from a glance, which is the end result where I put. Let me share the logo I made. Where is it? Yes, this one. Okay. I hope everyone can see it now. Yeah, I just simply put two girls at here because usually girl more shopping more frequent. So there's a girl with a lot of shopping bags where I put a cross. This means we don't need to buy like that, and only with a tick for a girl who only shopping using phones. That's why I want to represent the most simple one. And so I feel that during this period of making this logo, I feel like it's a bit interesting because if on logically, when we want to make a logo, we should like hire some professional to make the logo. But now we can make on our own just through a Canva, simple online IT tools. So I feel very interesting. And as for what I learned, through this activity, I learned that actually IT is involved a lot of things that I never thought is actually related IT, where I thought logo is simply like just some art where we just draw and we finish up. And next would be on the second week where we make a poster. And this is my poster where I also make using the Canva. Yeah, the problem I happen is also like how I should make the poster look interesting to other viewer. So I make this poster according to my own preference, where I feel like it more interesting to my eyes and attractive. But I'm not sure whether it's attractive to everyone or not because Madam Nell mentioned pick whose poster in the end, I think. So what do I feel about this poster during the making progress that I like? A bit frustrating because I spent quite a lot of time making this thing, and in the end, I'm not sure whether it's fulfill a good poster or not. Yeah, but we all have to learn from experience. So through this activity, I learned that making a poster is a lot more harder than making a logo because there are a lot more things I can fit inside a poster. And if like before, when we draw it on our own, like using the marker and all, we will have many empty space we have need to fill up. So now we can fill a lot of things in it, but we might feel too many things. So it's also not good. And then yeah, the third week is when we're making the brochure, so I can also share the looks and no one sharing it. Yeah, this is the brochure that we make. I'm mainly responsible regarding the detail and the target audience for the point there. Yeah, the only thing that I'm facing the trouble is only like I need to do some research market on the population of the people who more prefer the online shopping mapping and the timing the best for us to help our campaign. And so how do I feel about the ID product? So I feel that making brochure is very, very tough for me because there are too many things we need to care about the sequence, and like when we fold it, which pages will the audience see first? So we have to make a great judgment on how we fold it. Yeah, it's also very irritating to me, when you have to see when we're not printing it out and just seeing through like that. So I'm not sure how we will come up when we print it out. So what did I learn through this activity? So in the just like what I previously say, brochure making. Previously, they all need to look for professional to make. Now we all simply have just a click away from the brochure making. We can make our own, make us feel satisfied, and we may even can look like some prospect customer, have a view on our brochure first, whether they are satisfied. If not, we can remake it again. So for the fourth week, we're making a storyboard. The storyboard is making using the storyboard.com. Actually, I don't even know about this thing existing because I'm very involved in IT products. So what's the problem? The problem is like the standard because I never know it. So there's a lot of trouble using it. I even not sure how to pick the character wearing a shawl. Yeah, because I saw my teammate making a girl look like wearing a shawl. I've been confusing how to make it. Yeah. So in the end, I solved this problem. The girl with the shawl is simply copy and paste it. Yeah. But as long as you take experience more and testing a bit more, you can eventually solve it. So I feel that storyboard is actually very exciting for me because it's like I can make a comic for myself if for any other purpose later time. Okay, that's all for me.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Taufiq bin Shaidan, and now I will be presenting my weekly reflection. For week 1, our task is creating a logo, and the online tool that we are using are Canva. The problem that I encountered during the activity in Canva is most of the template in Canva need to be purchased, and I need to learn a lot and searching for how to properly use a Canva and how to maximize of using Canva, the free one. And the problem how I resolve the problem is it is still possible to use Canva and use it such in a effective way without by purchasing the premium account, but the things that you need to do is by watching a lot of tutorial in YouTube, how to edit, and need to be patient and learn more about it and learn how to use it properly. How I feel that Canva after how do I feel after completing the assessment that have been given to me using Canva is it is kind hard to use the tool, but learning the tutorial on how to use it, it makes me become easier and more likely I will use it more in the future. And yeah, it really helped me a lot. So the second one is in week 2, our task is creating a poster, and the online tool that I'll be using is also a Canva, and it makes my task more easy because the first week also I already learned a lot about how to create a logo using Canva. Then it still have same process with the creating poster, but need to learn a little bit more about it, and it really helped. The first week really helped a lot during my second week and make my job more easier and easy to use the Canva. So I have not has facing a lot of these difficulties because in week 1 I already learned on how to use the Canva. On week 3, our task is creating a brochure, and it is same. We are still using Canva on the week 3, and the difficulty is still the same, but we encounter it by learning more, and it's already week 3 and we get to learn more about it. Like it's more easier how to put input inside the brochure and what we need to do, but it just need a creativity idea and collaboration with all idea from others, like friends, how we see it on YouTube. So it really helps. And week 3 also it doesn't I didn't face much difficulties because of the learning process on week 1 and week 2. So it really helps me. So on the week 4, our task is creating a storyboard. The online tools that we use to complete the task is using Powtoon. And most of the item is it's hard. This one is very challenging for me because it's first for me to make a online storyboard using Powtoon. So what the problem is that I facing is a lot of ideas that great ideas must use by purchase item, like premium account. Need to purchase a premium account for me to go through a lot of more interesting template and so on. So how the problem resolved is, yeah, I do a lot of research on what is kind of idea for free Powtoon video, what the storyboard that I want to input it, how I imagine it to be. So yeah, I get to resolve the problem by patiently learning and watching tutorial and on YouTube and Google. For me, what do I feel after completing it? It's really hard for me. This week 4 is really challenging task, but I get the most exciting feels when I get to complete it and I satisfied with the job that I done. So by using online tool, it really helped me, and it will definitely benefit me in the future while if I'm doing another task and get to use this kind of method to complete the assessment given. So that's all from me for weekly reflection. Thank you.